going to come back to all of the blame game and, of course, the hopeful solutions that we can look at and everything. But I want to talk about us as a people. You know, the reaction to the Nyanya incident has been very overwhelming. People are sort of, there's a lot of outpour of like emotions and empathy and sympathy and outrage, of course, as expected. You know, people have gone on to the hospitals to visit these people and all of that. But what he told me was the fact that we are not necessarily ready until it hits close to home, which is what all of this brought for me. This is kind of the daily life that you find in places like Borno State, for example. There's a bomb every other day in that place. But we've never really bothered because it kind of was their thing. That was the mentality we had. A day after the Nyanya bombing, there was an attack in Goma, in Borno State. The day after that, there was an attack in Wukari in Taraba State. There was not, that outrage didn't follow, but because it wasn't Abuja. So it's like, what is wrong with even you and me, for example, who seem very detached all of a sudden from all of this?
Okay. First and foremost, I would like to say that I really want to commend young Nigerians. I want to commend Nigerians on social media who, you know, we're saying, okay, you guys go out there, go donate blood, you know, go visit these people in the hospital. I think we must, first of all, commend that action. We just don't throw blame at people. But at the same time, this is the new reality. You know, I'm beginning to think that at some point in time, we'll start teaching security tips in our schools, in our primary schools, secondary schools. So even an average child can detect what a bomb should look like. So this is a fresh reality. We are just trying to live with it. But at this point in time, like I said earlier on, this is war. We need to see the way it is. It is not the issue with northern Nigeria. You know, look at the police headquarter bomb blast a few years ago. You know, that was sounded like the heights. You know, but now we realize that their strategy is getting bigger. These guys, we don't know. I sometimes also think that those, like they say, these guys have sponsors here and there. But many of them, I don't know if they actually feel that this thing will escalate to this height. So I think myself, you and I, we are living in a new reality. First of all, like I said, we should stop seeing this as the issue with our northern brothers. We all need to come together and face this issue just the way it is. I was listening to, I saw a video recently where, was it Pastor TV Joshua now, a few months ago, when he was saying that there's going to be a bomb attack in Abuja and something like that. And come to think about it, nothing was done about that. No, let's even say we don't want to go religious now, but even at that, if it was in the US, for instance, that kind of a forecast will not just go like that. You know, so we all just wait till the next attack is there. Then we now begin to, say, go to the hospital, let's donate blood. And even at that, on Twitter, if you check, there was so much controversy about it. Okay, is it until when the U.S. consulate now, or the British commissioner, you know, is it until when they say let's donate blood before we do that? Like I said, it's a fresh reality, and we need to be conscious. We need to learn. We need to start inculcating security education into our daily lives.
I'm going to leave the whole religion thing on the side. I have no comments to make about that. But speaking of videos now, there was a video that came out, I think, 2 days ago, from the leader of Boko Haram, Abu Sheka, who, by the way, we've been told has been killed several times, but obviously still makes videos and tells us and claims responsibility for a lot of these attacks. He did say that they were the ones who carried out the attack in Abuja, and made a very, very chilling statement along the lines of the fact that they said, we're in your town, which is Abuja, we're in your city, and you don't know where we are. How do we react to that sort of a statement, which clearly says that there's more to come?
This comes, okay, let's go back to the government again. It's like, you know, leadership, I really pity the Goodluck Jonathan administration, really. You need to accept, we don't need to come to the terms that it's not his fault, really. It was just quite unfortunate that his tenure, the leadership problem is presently facing is part of insecurity. But then, that's leadership for you. You need to stand up and you need to take responsibility. It's like going for an exam, for instance, and you don't know where you're going to meet in the examination hall. Then it's like getting to the examination hall, for instance, and all you read or all you prepared for is quite different from the questions in front of you. Then you now begin to rewrite your own questions, hoping that your lecturer will score you well. That's the reality. Those guys are getting bigger. These guys are getting better in terms of strategy and partnership. I want to think like that. And we come here and say, this person is dead today, and they discovered a number of vehicles, and you're thinking, where are these vehicles? So I think, in the first place, stand up to the responsibility. It's not a state issue now, because it goes beyond the state. You know, saying if Shetima is not in, if the state is, if I remove the military for so and so
Let's see
days,
whether you
let's
can
see
take the
how.
job now.
No, that's not how to do things, really, from what I see, and it shows that the leadership is not. They are not. They are not actually doing what they should be doing, because all of this drama should not be seen. You know, I don't know how you're planning security teams and you see your security chiefs arguing in public. I mean,
He doesn't tell well. I mean, it's enough to pity him and all of that, but I don't know.
I'm so sorry for him, really.
It's okay to be sorry for him, but does it make his case better by, for example, a day after such a disaster in Nyanya, you quickly go to Kano to go and dance and welcome a decampi from another party into your party, and then give an excuse that you did that because you don't want to slow down governments to make it look like the terrorists are succeeding? Is our party issues, first of all, a part of government, and secondly, did he have to go to Kano the day after?
Sincerely speaking, because if I'm going to answer that question, I'm going to say that it tells that the tears, every drop of tears that I came off his eyes on Monday, to me, they're like crocodile tears. Because I really don't see why on Monday morning, you know, such a huge disaster, let's even forget the fact that they're playing down the figures and all that. And in a couple of hours, you're somewhere else jubilating and all that. It doesn't show sincerity. It doesn't show connection. It doesn't show that you're actually connected to this challenge and you're facing it the way it should be. People are dying, then where does party comes in? Is it party first? When we lose all the young people that should change this nation to all of these insecurity challenges, who are they going to rule? No, these are questions that we should start thinking properly. We should start thinking through properly. It's so clear and so certain that these guys are more interested in what they are going to gain from all of this drama, and it's so sad.
Let's move on now to what is another very scary angle to all of this. Now, when on Tuesday we heard about the students, the girls in Chibok who were kidnapped. A couple of them have managed to escape.
Yeah.
And we're grateful for those who have been able to do that. But there's still a lot of them are still being held. Parents are panicked. The school authorities are panicked. And there was this ridiculous and thoroughly embarrassing lie by the spokesman of the military saying that they were free, and they found that it was a lie, and they are trying to now apologize for all of that. It just leaves you wondering whether anybody is serious about anything, really.
Exactly. Whether anyone is serious about this. I respect the Nigerian army so well. You know, it's not easy to die for for a country like Nigeria. You know, and I think they've been doing so well. But with this development, I'm so scared. I don't know who to trust anymore. And think about it, I'm in Lagos or Abuja. Think about those children who are schooling in Borno, who are schooling in Adamawa. In fact, they said those guys came in army uniform, yes, and all that. And so what do you want them to believe? So really, it's disgusting, really, that the Nigerian army would go down to play politics with politicians. It's sad, really. I didn't know what to say when I saw the news, and I was wondering. I was actually jubilating in the first place because I was praying that, man, these kids should be released. And the questions started coming on Twitter, and the school proprietor, and she said, no, this is not true. The governor said 14 of them thereabouts, have been seen, and others are. But I don't know what to say about this, but I think the military needs to know what they're doing, face their job. Securing the life and property of Nigerians is the first thing, and not politics. And well, I don't know. The military should be quite independent and should do their work the way they should do. But dancing around with politicians and playing on figures and lying, it now shows that all of the data and all of the details and all of those guys that were paraded as Boko Haram. Then what do we believe, really?
Very true.
You told us a few months ago that this person is dead. We saw the video. We saw him on YouTube. A couple of days after, you told us that some vehicles were seized. This is really overwhelming these days. But like I said, we're at war. We need to see it like that, from that perspective. This is not a northern issue. This is a Nigerian issue. In fact, it's not even a Nigerian issue only. It's actually a global issue, really, if you look at the issue of terrorism and insecurity. Other countries, our neighboring countries too, should stand up. But then, if we are facing this ad, and we are showing so much of unseriousness and unseriousness, how do we now expect that other people from neighboring country would now come help us and sit at the table and solve this issue the way it should be done. Really, it's very, 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 very sad. But then the security, the Nigerian army should get back to their job. Don't play politics with politicians.